Welcome along everybody, we're now at round 5 of the MRL Season 15 Championship, the DTM Series. As you can see, we're at Sardegna A, but it's reverse. Another reverse track for us to battle this season. Won't be as hard as St. Croix was. But here we go. Let's get into our lap, get into our view. Good run out the final corner in first gear in the Porsche. Gives us a good run up here. Now for the first corner, very tricky to get the right line. But what we're going to do is just when we get to here, we're going to start to turn in and we're going to lift off a little bit. In fact, I think I'll fully coast for a while. Let's see how we get on. Nope, still on full power. So it must be at the end of this line. Yep, as you can see, coasting now to get the extra rotation because the barrier on the outside of this one, it's an absolute killer. It comes at you fast and you've got to be wary. So you have to cut the curb if you want to keep good speed. I think I'm taking this at about 150. I get as close to the curb as I can. Here we go. Lose all that speed. 149, that's okay. For the next one, we are braking just here at the 100. Again, we've got to try to scrub all our speed in the straight line. We're going to come out of this one in first. You will get as close as the wall as you can, but be very careful, because if you tap the wall, you'll get spun right round. Here we go. Yep, onto the curb, onto the power, use all of this curb. Now for this one, very tricky to get right, up to 4th in the Porsche. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to start a turn in, and then I'm going to lift off. Might be a little dab of brake, I'm not sure, but we scrub the speed before we get to the barrier, and you will be turning in at about 112, 113 for this one. Oh no, keep it up well, okay. Use a bit of the grass, get on that curb. That was best speed out of there. Coming up the hill, we are braking just here at the start of the second lorry. You've got to get on the brakes, come off them a little just to get the car rotated. All the way down to first gear again, out in first for this one. Out in first. On the power early again, use all this curb as runoff. And we've got a pretty good shot all the way down to the next big braking zone. As you can see, I've done this on 8-lap hold tyres, so the tyres are holding well in the new update. Braking just before this giveaway sign. So about 70 metres out, and we're going to brake all the way down to second for this one. We're going to hold the inside if we can, and as we're coming round we'll see an orange Marshall, not the one directly ahead right there, but one a lot further around the corner. That's going to be our acceleration marker. So here we go, round. There's the Marshalls there. As you can see, I'm just getting on the power now, and you want to be aiming for them on the way out. And you don't want to touch the barrier again. Of course, you'll scrub at least half a second of speed. So this is where you start on the power for this one. Get as close as you can to the barrier and get ready for this one. Trickiest turn on the course, this one I think. Where you brake is massive here. As you can see, I'm braking about 55 out in the Porsche. Again, all the way down to first gear. You might want to get 2 wheels up on the inside curb if you can, and get the car rotated over to the left as soon as you can, ready for the next part of this chicane. So get the car, 2 wheels up there, second, up to third. You should be able to do all this in full power, even on older tyres like I'm on. Coming up for this one, we're just going to lift off, let the car rotate. Again here, let the car rotate. Just at the end of that curb is where we're going to be braking. I'll brake down to first here. I think we'd do better in second. The Merc feels better in second on this one. And that's our run to the line. And a 43.0 for that lap. Not too bad at all. So what we'll do is we'll go out of car and do it all again in real time for you, except for that final corner, where I'll stop and show you the braking marker there because it comes up very fast. Here we go. So keep it over to the right and then slide over, get off the power, watch that barrier, There's the 100, all the way down to first. Use this curb on the way in to get a good line. That's okay. And using all the curb on the way out. Where this block is, I'll just stop it quickly here. Where this block is at the end of the curb, that's where you want to start turning. And just let the car coast through the apex. And use all this if you need to. That's what it's there for. Straight line this bit. There's the second lorry. Very tight to the apex there and here. Get a good run out there. That was nice. As we come down the hill, we stick to the right hand side here to get a good line onto the next corner here. There's the giveaway sign, down to second. There's your marshals on the power, as close as the barriers you want to get. And we're looking for just before the 50, down to first. Yep, just up onto that curb, a wee nibble of that curb, that's fine. You don't want to touch that one if you can. Run all the way out here, and this very tricky fast section will test you. So just here, as you can see, I'm lifting off to get the car rotated. Coming in and just before the end of the curb, that's where I'm starting to brake. I'm going to try and brake in a straight line. I got a bit too much on the curb on the inside here on the way out of this one. So try to miss the curb if you can. It means you'll get on the power a little bit better. Here we go. Down to first. See, bounced the car around there. That was no use. So I want to try and turn in a little bit later for that one next time. But that is your lap for round 5. I hope it helps you out. And I'll see you for round 6 very soon. Cheers all.